You're not a low talker?
No.
Big personality.
Big personality, small body.
The fair is fair. So let me ask you this question. We had a conversation on the phone where you said you purposely got fired
Yes.
to pursue your goals and your dreams.
So what happened was this was during COVID, and a lot of things where I was working, there was a lot of stuff going down, a lot of changes. That's fine. I honestly had like an epiphany. I couldn't imagine myself doing that for another 25 years or another 20 years. At the time, I think I was 46. Anyway, I decided to start my own business. I had always wanted my own business. Like it's been a lifelong dream of mine. I didn't know what it was going to be in, even though I always loved interior design my own home, that type of thing. Anyway, registered the business, put up on, Facebook that I had, started this business, wanted to see what kind of reception I got. I'm assuming they saw that, the company that I was working for, and one day we had a meeting, my manager at the time in HR, and they let me go without reason or cause. And I kept asking. I didn't keep asking. I was totally fine with it. I honestly believe I manifested that, because I would say to myself, so it wasn't intentional, but I guess it kind of was, because I would say to myself, man, it would be so great if I got fired, so I could get out of this. I knew there would be severance pay. I could use that to help launch the company. And that's exactly what happened.
So what's coming up for me here is I'm starting to see a trend with a lot of people that worked of 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Especially in 2024, going to 2025 and beyond. And a lot of folks want to get out of the rat race. It's a transition, because it's like folks want to really work for themselves, because they don't want to work for the man. Mm-hmm. And I know that the ones that are going to hear this, they're going to get triggered. They're going to be like, oh, here goes Rory now on his soapbox. But we're not here to do that. We're just here to talk real, right?
Yeah.
But it's like when somebody when somebody hears what it is you've been through, what do you want them to take from you?
It's worth it. It's hard. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Okay. I mean, you have to have unwavering belief in yourself, because you are going to go through a lot of ups and downs. And financially, especially when you're, doing a start.
Yo, guys, what's going on? I appreciate you. Thank you. Turn on all bell notifications, subscribe, like, and comment to the podcast. It's the best way to stay up to date. And hey, it helps us gain the clarity and boost ourselves into that algorithm. We appreciate the support each and every day, each and every week. Let's keep on going to keep on growing. Peace.
You don't know. I mean, you put out into the world what you want people to see and receive, and, with the intention of calling in the people that are meant to work with you. But it takes a lot of perseverance.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was in corporate for over 25 years, and I tell my team this all the time. I couldn't do it anymore.
What is the biggest thing you took from the corporate world you bring to your team now?
Honestly, all the skills, like just the business acumen. One thing I've noticed because what I used to do is I would do process improvement. So, in multiple different industries, project management. So all of those skills have really been transferable into what I'm doing now. And I really find a lot of interior designers, especially those who don't have a corporate background, which is, I want to say most of them, graduating, they're taught how to design, the design principles, all those things, but they have no idea how to run a business.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Running a business is the most important thing.
It is.
So many folks want to do it. And it's like you hear some of the corporate world bring this word of entrepreneurship in, but they don't have an idea. I was about to curse on my own show. I can curse if I really want to.
Yeah.
But they don't have an idea of what entrepreneurship truly means.
Yeah.
It means overcoming, right? It's none of this cookie cutter BS. It's none of this black and white. There has to be a little bit of gray area.
Yeah.
And I'm still in the form of a corporate world. I'll say what I need to say. We don't talk about the brand, but it's just like you see it in the conversations where there's no gray area. Where's the gray area?
Yeah.
It can't just be by policy.
Yeah.
Because if you look at entrepreneurs, we have our policy, but we have more of a growth mindset instead of a fixed mindset.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, gosh. Yes. Vision is huge. I mean, maintaining that vision it's what it's all about. You're where you are, but I'm constantly growing, developing, working with coaches and mentors in different areas, listening to podcasts, like just everything that's going to make me the best version of myself.
What's coming up for me is you talk about business coaches, right?
Yeah.
And development. Speak on the importance of getting the right business coach, because I think a lot of folks look at business coaches and they don't know where to distinguish what's good for them, right? So speak to that.
You know what? I've worked with a few now, and I have no regrets. And I believe everything happens for a reason. However, if I could go back, I would have worked with coaches specifically in the interior design field.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And that's the thing, because I don't know much about interior design. I feel like you guys just look at buildings and things and you just put it together again. Isn't that what y'all do? No?
Is
that what they do? He don't want to say nothing right now.
So in our, you know what? There's confusion and misconception between interior design and interior decorating, right? Mm-hmm. So what my company does is we're very heavy on the architectural side.
Okay.
So So when we say design, we're actually designing your home. So I love my passion is remodels, taking a home as it is and just completely changing it. So all of the drafting, the renderings, everything, material selection, furniture purchasing, it's all done in-house.
So you have like a blueprint?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. She just rolls with the blueprint and then you're good to go, just like that, eh?
Well, we develop it.
Okay.
We develop the blueprint. Okay. We develop custom furnishings.
You gotta show me you gotta show me something, like one of these times when you go to like a house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Invite me. I'd love to see how the process is.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yes, absolutely.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So what did that just came from the corporate world, or was that just something that you just had inside of you?
No, that's something I had inside of me.
Okay.
That's something I had inside of me. I had and do have big dreams, big vision for this company. We're in our third year now.
Third year. Round of applause.
Yeah, thank you.
Round of applause. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, so we're in our third year. Have 2 team members on staff. My husband, Julio, who's a general contractor, is also.
My man's right over there.
Yeah.
I might have to bring him in you can pull up right here, eh?
Yeah. He's going to be joined.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, the silent partner. Mm-hmm. That's the way he likes it.
Yeah.
But, which is good.
I like that.
Yeah, but he's going to be joining the team as well. And so I'm super excited. And I've always wanted that. I've always, because Julio had his business before I did as a general contractor. And I always dreamt, man, one day, like, if we joined forces, we could become like a design and build firm, you know? And all of these dreams, these aspirations, these visions, like, so much has come to fruition.
What's coming up for me here is speak to the element of having that right support system. You speak about your husband, right? And I think a lot of entrepreneurs who are wanting to get into business and establishing themselves, they don't have the right support system in that household, right? So it could be a boyfriend, it could be a girlfriend, husband, wife. Speak to that importance.
It's important. It's, we went through our journey. Like Julio and I went through our journey because it's tough. It can be tough. You know, he's running his own company. I'm running mine. He was insanely supportive when I started off. I mean, so much so that we took a lot. I mean, we invested pretty much our life savings into making this company fly. Okay. And, you know, when it's doing really well, everything's great. And then when you're tight, you're tight, you know, you have a team now, maybe the projects aren't coming in as quickly as you want them to. That takes a toll on a relationship. And we went through that. We did. We went through that. I feel like we're on the other side of that now.
Okay.
I feel like we're on the other side of that now. And a lot has changed. But I mean, my family as a whole and my immediate family, my husband, my son, in the past couple of years, we've both professionally and personally, like we've had a lot of challenges. So it's been, I've really learned and continue to learn how to stabilize my central nervous system because it's really important.
And that's the thing. You don't see a lot of folks have that right support system. And with what you're speaking to, it lands for me a lot because you see that, you know, I work alongside different content creators, business folks, and it's like they're grasping this on the straws. And you can tell that they're struggling in parts because they don't know how to identify their blind spots. So it's always good to have a good support system, you know, to identify those blind spots.
It is. Yeah. It is. Absolutely. Sure. And I do have to say, for me, in helping to identify those blind spots as well, my mentors have been paramount. Like I've been, for the past 2 years, I've, you know, done both one-on-one coaching, group coaching, you name it. And it's almost like you have a board of directors who are there to guide you. I do think that's very important for someone who is doing it on their own because it can be lonely. Like it can be. It is. Yeah. It can be. If you're completely on your own and you don't have a team, things have changed like for us now. But I remember in the beginning, like there's worry, like there's risk, like there's real risk involved in entrepreneurship. And it takes a certain, you have to have a community of like-minded people supporting you. You have to.
Absolutely.
You have to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Speak to a time where in your business adversity happened. And how did you overcome it?
Adversity in what sense? Give me an example.
Adversity that you've had to go through. Maybe it could have been a design concept. Could be, you know.
I'll tell you this one story.
Let's go.
So this was in the beginning. I had this project, and it was one of my first big projects. And I'm very rooted in, like the core values for us is like integrity, communication, complete transparency. Stuff's going to happen, during a project. And I am completely transparent with my clients. Okay. Having said that, we were supposed to start this project. The contractor that I had hired took on another project. And the clients did not want to wait, 2 or 3 months out. I was in a really bad position. I had to find a contractor.
Shit.
And I was young in the sense of green in the business, just starting off.
Yep.
So I found someone and, we met in person and we hit it off. I thought this guy seemed, he was saying all the right things. Okay, you're hired because I'm stuck. I need, the main thing is, do you have a team? I needed somebody with a team. We needed a plumber, electrician, okay, all these things. Once the project starts, this is a big one. This will never happen again. I have processes that make sure this will never happen again. Once the project started, I learned that, we can only work in the evenings and weekends because we all have full-time jobs during the day.
What?
Yeah. So the project took months. The clients were not happy. She was a wonderful woman. Her husband he stopped talking to me. That's how, he did not want to, he just didn't want to talk to me. He did not want to deal with me. And I understood. I really understood. But so in order to make up for it, ended up firing this contractor. I couldn't do it anymore. Thank God I had my husband, who came in and saved me, basically, and finished things off. But we lost a lot of money. Because things were not done properly. And so that was huge adversity. It hit us hard financially. Yeah.
And that's, you see that happen because I can tell there's been times where I've done podcast episodes where I've actually lost an episode. I was in a semi studio, was using the person's camera. I'm talking to my guest at the end of the recording and I pulled the SD card out. So corrupted data, corrupted file.
Yeah.
Crazy. Didn't freak out, right? I was dating somebody at the time. She's like, why are you not angry? I'm like, because it's just whatever. Yeah. Go on Fiverr, did some stuff, right? Reached out to one of the guys. They said, I just need 3 sources. And then they just brought the whole episode back.
Oh,
I had to pay like, it was between $80 to $100 to do that.
Yeah.
But it still had to get it done. And I feel like what you're speaking to is we all go through it.
Oh, yeah.
There's always something that we have to go through, but it's always how we bounce back.
Absolutely.
And I think so many times when folks hear about adversity, they fall face forward and they don't ever want to continue. But it's like, listen, I take a line from was Alfred in one of the Batman movies. He goes, Mr. Bruce, when you fall on your face, you're not going to want to get up. But if you fall on your back, you can look up and you can rise back up again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the plight, all that good stuff. Yeah.
It is.
For
it
sure.
is. And you have to keep moving forward. I that's something that I consistently tell myself. I tell my team, and it's been great.
For sure. So let's have some fun here.
Okay.
What does your day in life look like? Are you an early riser or
are
you like a night hawk?
No, I'm an early riser.
How early?
Between 4 and 5 in the morning.
Jeez. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, but there's
I did that this morning though.
Did you?
I had to do it this morning.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Okay.
There's a reason for that because I have to prepare myself for the day to not only lead my team, but also to be, ready to care for my family. Because I'm not just, I have a family. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I run my own business. I have a team. So I have to get mentally prepared for the day. So I get up, I meditate, I listen to affirmations, and I repeat my self concept, back to myself to remind me of who I am. And you got this.
I love that you say that because it's how you set up the day.
Yeah.
You're speaking to productivity. So many folks think they can just wake up 9 o'clock in the morning. Like when I hear people say, oh, I sleep in till 9, 10 o'clock. I sleep in. I'm like, what? You sleep in? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you living for?
Yeah.
Like, if you're working a 9 to 5, cool. But like, you're getting up right like before you have to go to work.
Yeah.
Like, well, how do you set your day up? Like,
Yeah.
what are you living for? Yeah. Trigger warning. I know folks are like, oh, here he goes again. But it's just like, it's a fact.
But it is. But you know what's interesting? Even when I was in corporate, I was always like a 5 a.m. riser. Like even when I was in corporate, I need that time in the morning. I need that time in the morning to prepare myself. And, I love sitting at my makeup table and just, putting on my makeup and doing my hair. And, that's the time where I'll listen to a podcast or whatever. It makes me feel good. And it makes a huge difference. I've gotten up late where I'm like, oh my God, I slept in. It happens. You get tired. And when that does happen, I find for me anyway, I'm always chasing my day, and I don't like how that feels.
You said something where you're a wife, you're a mother, and a business owner, right? And I don't want folks to miss that because I think they get so enamored on the fact that it's just all about business.
Yeah.
But I put my family aside.
No.
I put my relationship aside. You got to put 100% into everything, ladies and gentlemen. Like everything. Have that time to unplug.
Yeah.
But I feel like some folks don't know when. They're just like still in like go mode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one of my content creator friends, I brought them on the podcast. They're both content creators and established content creators. And you hear them speak about that. It's like when they're in the house, there's a time where you put the phone down.
Yes.
There's a time where it's just like, yo, it's relationship time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Forget all that BS of like checking messages, replying back, doing all that, making that post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I like that you speak about that because too many times you see folks are just all about business. Like I get in conversations, right? I'll give you an example. I get into a conversation.
Yeah.
And some women will talk, right? And it's like, you're like kind of in the talking stage. And they over dominate the conversation where it's just all about business. And I'm like, wait, I don't want to talk about business. I'm trying to get to know who you are.
Yeah.
Like we got to shut that lens off because how are we going to find out how we're compatible?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I know how that feels. And I know exactly what that's like because in the beginning, I was so focused on the business. I was. And there were times, I'd be working, till midnight, late, I don't do that anymore. And I haven't done that in a long time. Number one, it's not healthy. Okay. Tomorrow's another day.
Absolutely.
No one's going to die. It's not like we're, what we're doing is, a matter of life and death. Of course, I want to serve my clients as best as I can and give them, and we're all about giving our clients like a beautiful experience. It's all about high-end luxury experience, not just we're going to, redo your home, but we're going to be in relationship together. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm going to buy you gifts, and throughout the process. And honestly, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. Gift is the time for giving, should I say?
Yeah.
I said that wrong, kind of, right? Because you got holiday season coming up. How would you define the word entrepreneurship in 2024? I like the deep breath.
Yeah. I find there's a lot. I mean, there's more entrepreneurs now than ever, I think, which I think I think it's great. Like, I think I do. Okay, but how would I define it? I'm not entirely sure. It's it's been such a journey.
Mind you, there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah,
It's a question.
It's resilience. It's having a dream. It's having that vision for your life. I have a vision for our life. How I want us to live. The comforts, I started all this truly because I want to give my family a better life. And I know for sure that had I stayed in corporate, even though you're getting that check biweekly, there is no way I would ever have the opportunity to make the kind of income or sales revenue that I'm making now.
There's a reason why I asked that question, because where did I hear it? Was a clip or was it an Instagram reel where the girl said in a reverse, she said that getting the hourly check or the biweekly check is actually more risky than actually pursuing entrepreneurship.
How so?
And that's why I was like, and I was listening to that, I was like, wait, how does that even make any sense?
Yeah.
And I think she's basically saying, like, at any given time, your job can let you go.
Yes.
With entrepreneurship, you have to consistently show up.
You have to.
It's like I don't know if you've ever heard the expression where they said is, would you rather have $1 or $100? Let me ask that question to you. What would you rather have?
$1 or 100? 100.
Why you say 100?
It's more than $1.
Okay. But would that make you stagnant, not wanting to make you get more money?
No.
Interesting.
No.
Interesting.
No.
See, I'd pick $1 because it's gonna make me grind for that 100.
Yeah. Well, that's. But I'm gonna grind for that 1,000.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. I didn't see that was coming. Impromptu.
Yeah.
Damn, she checked me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about it.
That's what it. Well, I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. And I've been lucky. I've been lucky. The way, every business now is all over social media. Some people have great social media accounts, some are not.
Some of it's bought.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
Yeah. Some of it's bought. Yeah, that's true. My followers are all, it's organic.
Oh, I can tell.
It's
you can
of
tell.
Course.
You can tell
course
organic.
You
can tell organic.
It's organic. It's
cats
organic.
Out here buying followers.
No, what for? That makes no sense to me. You can be very successful with a small following.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Thank you.
And the other thing is, for me and my business, I don't get clients from Instagram. That's not where they're finding me.
Interesting. Where you get your clients from?
That's Google.
Huh?
They Google me. Yeah,
Okay.
they Google me. They find me. They go on my website, like what they see, and that's 95% of the business that I get is people finding me on Google and just resonating with either my website or the messaging. Because I do get personal on my website, talk about my life, the fact that we're not just an interior design studio, we also do philanthropic work. We're actually doing last year we put on a gala.
Okay.
So my son, let me go back.
Okay.
My son is 22 years old.
Okay.
Joseph. He has autism,
Okay.
high functioning autism. And he was diagnosed when he was about 4 years old. Okay. So that's always, my entire life, Joseph's entire life, that's always been a huge part of me. And we threw a gala, we partnered with another organization, Nova Era in London, and we put on an autism awareness gala. And the grand prize, so we donated all the proceeds to an organization that my son attends, which I what they're doing in the world for people, not just with autism, but developmental disabilities, is amazing. Looking Ahead, clinical services in London, they're amazing. So all the proceeds went to them. And the grand prize was a dream design makeover for a young adult living on the spectrum with a developmental disability.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we're doing his bedroom and his bathroom, and we start soon, the end of this month.
I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Look at you.
yeah.
Look at you. Let's speak before we get out of here about community and the
Okay.
importance.
Yes.
Right? And I feel like community, you kind of alluded to it when you said about your following. Because realistically, if you're having any type of business, a sales, whatever, offering something, if you have 10 solid folks and you do a ticket price, whatever it is, that's really all you need. And then it builds because that person's going to have a reference for another person, for another person. But speak to about community in your specific realm and in the city.
It's important. Like, community is important. There's community in the sense of giving back. There's also community in the sense of networking, and networking doesn't necessarily always have to be about you want to get something out of it. I've been doing a lot of networking actually over the last year and just meeting tons of different people, tons of businesses, cultivating these amazing relationships. Listen, we need each other. Like, people need each other. And I've really come to learn that. It was different when I was in corporate. It wasn't like that. I didn't have that feeling. You go into an office, there's, you have your teammates and things like that. But having your own business, like you have to get out there. You have to meet people. It's important. Community is very important. Yeah.
How do you give back to your community outside of your business?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, let me think. I'm not over my lifetime. I have been involved in a lot of charity, specifically with autism and developmental disabilities. So I've given back in that sense. I've been part of committees and boards where it's all volunteer, and we put on, activities and events on for children and adults on the spectrum. Honestly, I wish I had more time to do more. And I know that time we're still in the phase where business is still super important. It's always going to be important. But as we grow, I want to make giving back to the community, especially with my team, volunteering, doing whatever is needed, more of a practice.
I love that.
Yeah.
I never asked you, what's the name of your business? I feel like we got so far. We're so far into the conversation. I didn't even ask what the name of your business is.
It's DP Design Studio Plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how'd you come up with the name of that?
Well, DP is Dianne Pascoa, which is me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of figured.
Yeah. Design studio. And the plus, I really liked how it looked. It's kind of like Disney Plus, but what it means is
Without the subscription.
Yeah, without the subscription. But what it means is we're not just an interior design studio. Like, we have so much to offer clients at various levels. It's great. Like, I know I keep saying that. It's great. I'm just so full of gratitude for where we were to where we are, and even more so for where we're going.
I can see that. I can feel that with you too. I can feel that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like connection, collaboration.
Yeah.
I was surprised when you was it the DM request that you sent me? It was a DM request, right?
Yes.
And then we got on the phone, and now we're here sitting in studio.
I know.
Having the conversation.
I know.
And that's the thing, the power of just knowing who the right people are,
Yeah.
and who you worked with and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
What else is coming up for you?
I love my team.
I can tell.
Listen, I
You
have
keep
to tell
saying
you. I have to tell you. I don't know if I got lucky or I don't know, but both of these women approached me before I ever even saw their resumes. Both of them, this is an awesome story. Both of them approached me when I was doing a trade show.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was an exhibitor for the London Home and Lifestyle Show.
Okay.
One of them approached me the first year. The second one approached me the second year. I hadn't even seen their resumes yet. We just spoke, and I knew I was going to hire them both.
Just like that.
Yeah.
What's the first thing that stands out when you say you're going to hire that person? Is it their approach? Is it their confidence? Is it their cadence?
Sometimes, yeah. So I'm gonna say with one of them, yeah, it was her confidence. Like they do different jobs. One is more, she has an architectural background. Okay. She does all the rendering. She does the drafting. The other is sales and marketing. So depending on the need at the time that I have within the business, like to fill, then I look at that person. It's like, okay, you would be perfect for this, and I can tell. And Dina, who is now our sales and marketing manager, she's just full of life. Like she's just a pistol, So she's amazing. Shay is our junior designer, the one who does the architectural stuff, just the most responsible. Oh my gosh, just I can't say enough. Just so well. She does her craft so well. You know what I mean? And she's meticulous, and she's the worrier, and I'm always talking her down, like, don't worry so much, because we're going to make mistakes.
For sure.
If we make a mistake, we'll fix it.
Absolutely.
And
Mistakes happen.
That's it. And I love them, and I love having them around. Yeah.
So let me ask you this question, because we have AI now.
Yes.
That's out there. We got AI.
Yeah.
I use it for podcasting. Are you thinking about incorporating that in your business, or have you started to incorporate it in your business?
Yeah, like we do use AI, not as often as you would think. But this is what I like to use it for. If I am drafting content, even something like a marketing plan, like it's so intelligent, right?
Yeah.
That you literally can tell it, look, I want you to build me this, and this. Okay, this is my client demographic, yada, yada, yada. It spits it out. Okay, that's great. That's a great starting point. What I find with AI and how we use it is it's a starting point.
There you go. I love that you say that.
Yes, it's a starting point. I then take that content, or we take that content, and we make it obviously completely applicable to us and our goals and our vision. You know what I mean? So it helps tremendously in getting things started. But you have to take because at the end of the day, what people are going to resonate with is your voice. It's your voice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is there any dream projects you're wanting to work on somewhere down in the next future?
I want to work on a multi-million-dollar home.
Okay.
And do the entire thing.
The entire thing.
Yes.
Are we talking like commercial celebrity home, maybe?
Oh my gosh, that would be. I'm not even thinking of.
What do you mean? We putting it out there? We
I know.
Here today.
Yes.
Like, we putting it out there.
Yes. We're that. Yeah. That. Oh my gosh. Of course. Of course. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. But London does have a lot of beautiful, multi-million-dollar homes. And we don't just work in London. Like, we work all the way from Cambridge to the Toronto area.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, but I would just love, 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 love to do an entire home.
Okay.
Yeah. An entire home from top to bottom.
Love that.
Yeah. And be given carte blanche.
What was
So
that?
like, do whatever you want.
Carte blanche?
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever I want.
So
Yeah.
that's French?
Yes.
So that means do whatever you want? Carte blanche? See, I didn't even know that we were going to come in with a French conversation. All I know is oui, bonjour, comment t'appelles too, you know?
I think it actually means like a clean slate or a blank canvas,
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's give it back to you here. Plug all your social media information.
Plug all my social.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're everywhere.
Where it was everywhere.
Well, okay. So we're on Instagram,
Okay.
DP Design Studio Plus.
Okay.
But it's spelled PLUS, not the actual plus sign, because you can't do that.
Creative.
So we have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We're on Pinterest, LinkedIn.
Okay.
Google, of course. Google is super important for a business, I find.
Where the SEO is going to be coming
Yes.
from.
Yeah.
You don't know who's watching you.
Yeah. And we have our website, of course, dpdesignstudioplus.ca. We're on House. So yeah, you can find us if you Google the company name, you're gonna find us.
Okay. Soon to be on like a big screen TV very soon too, right?
Yes.
They're going to feature one of your homes that you recreate.
Yes.
I'm here for it. Let's do it, right?
Absolutely.
For sure. Definitely.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
I
Definitely.
appreciate you too. Thank you
for
so
sure.
much.